This is the Core New Recruits Shadow version 1. Okay, just to get it out of the way, Shadow does become Plague, leader of the curse during the Core Elite, and Plague is a marauder in the New Recruits. Which is version 1? Both? You know what? I don't even know anymore. This is just so confusing. I'm just gonna take a page from yojo.com. There's the Joe, Hawk version 1. But when he becomes a general, he goes back to version 1. And it's the same guy too. So scratch what I said in the old videos. We have Shadow version 1 and Plague version 1. Later on in the Core New Recruits, we would lose Plague version 1. He would be replaced by Road Rash. Then during the Core New Elite, we would lose Shadow because he would become the leader of the curse, Plague. So because now we have a different character taking up the name of Plague, but it is a different Plague, we should call him Plague version 1. You know what, just call him whatever you guys want. We have 2 different Plagues in the core. All this talk about the Plague Bros, and we haven't even started talking about Shadow. Shadow gives me a Rainbow Six feel. Even though he's dressed like a ninja. I don't know, I just don't get that kind of vibe from him though. Even with a sword, he doesn't really seem right. But give him a couple of guns, and he looks awesome. His G.I. Joe counterpart, I mean, isn't it obvious? It's the Commando Snake Eyes. Let's take a look at Shadow's articulation. He has a ball joint on the head, so he can move his head from side to side and up and down. He can move his arm up about that high. He can go all the way around. He does have a swivel at the bicep, and his elbow can bend. His leg can go up about that far, and he has a bend at the knee. Now we'll take a look at Shadow's features. So he does have this kind of night vision kind of thing going on in his head. It's kind of like on the rest of his teammates. He also has this vented mask in the front, and his whole head is covered in another mask. We can see that he's wearing some kind of a jacket, and the collar comes all the way back around. He does have some web gear and something that looks kind of like, I don't know, some kind of explosives maybe. Not too sure what that is. There's a couple of these little clips here in the front, and I'm not sure exactly what this is on each side of him. On the back, he does have 2 pouches on this strap over here, and then going around the belt, he does have 2 more pouches on either side. Going up to his arms, he does have a pouch on each shoulder. He is wearing these skater elbow pads. His jacket seems to have this little, I don't know, like a Velcro tab on it, and he's wearing gloves. Coming down, we have these holsters on the legs, and one of them seems to have a weapon, and that looks just like an accessory, so it's just like some of the other figures. Coming back around, we get to see the straps that go to the holsters and to the knee pads. The knee pads look just like the elbow pads. They look just like skater knee pads. At the bottom of his pants, he has a pouch on each side. His pants are not bloused, and he has regular combat boots with shoelaces. There is a little bit of detail underneath his feet, and for the body mold on this, we don't have any date on it. Other figures that have the same body type as Shadow are, in the new core we have Large Sarge, who also showed up in the vintage line. Also in the new core we have Firestorm. In the new recruits we have Eagle Eye and Shadow himself. And then of course from the core elite we have Plague. Shadow also came in an action kit just like Ice. His is called Area Breach. Now this playset came with a backpack that you attach to Shadow, and with that backpack it has a suction cup that's attached to a string. This playset also came with part of a wall and a missile launcher. I'm really hoping to find this set someday, so that way I can show you guys exactly how this thing works, because it looks really cool. Shadow is pretty cool, and he's been with the core since the new recruits, and he's continuing on with the current series of the core. I hope you found this review of Shadow informative and enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one.